Quiet!
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sick of your little nonsense mouth running.
Yes, Your Honor.
You a tall glass of nothing. Sitting up here clowning in this courtroom today, clapping and smiling, acting like a buffoon. I don't think I've ever said this in this courtroom before, Jerome, but I pray he's not this child's father.
She with a whole nother dude doing her pregnant.
No, I was
Wait,
not.
you under 25 gonna be with somebody else, a pregnant
Boy, you
woman
is
that-
lying.
that
You
ain't
a
his baby.
composed liar.
What-
I
what is
wasn't with
composed to?
nobody. I
She
wasn't
didn't
with
start talking to
nobody.
until
Thank
after
you.
this baby was born.
Baby.
This man cheated on his wife with this woman and very casually told her about it. Now he's in court denying her baby and claiming that the 1-month-old baby could belong to just anybody. Babies are made when men cheat too, Mr. Stewart. They don't just fall from trees.
Numbers, and from there we hooked up a couple of times or whatever.
So first you just dating casual?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we always had to get a room, and I used to ask him like, I'm tired of going to the room, can we go to your house? You said you have a house, you own it. And he was like, I have unwanted company there.
Would you look at that? He consistently took her to hotels. They kept cheating while being hidden from the world like fugitives. If the woman did not ask questions about his life and the unwanted company, he never would have mentioned it. To think that he really called his wife unwanted company too.
Did you meet Miss Dallas, date her casually, have sex with her, and finally only later tell her that you were married?
It didn't quite go like that.
How did it go?
It didn't come up. I felt like it didn't come up. Yes, Your Honor.
So wait, you were basically out acting like a single man?
No, I wouldn't act, yeah.
Oh, the audacity of this man. He's out here saying that it never came up? Trust me, if you wore your wedding band or acted like a married man in the first place by not picking up women at the bar, then maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. What a guy, really.
Okay, so you were out there acting like a single man, but you were married.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you getting a divorce then?
I wasn't I didn't have it filed, but in my head, yeah, I was getting a divorce.
In your head.
That means you were still married.
Yes.
Moving on. So, how often did you see one another if you're married with your wife living at
Oh,
home?
that's it, every day.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This place is starting to look like a circus. Someone get Mr. Stewart a colored wig and some makeup because we have a clown in court. This man claims that he was getting a divorce in his head, but he hadn't filed it yet. Does not stop him from sleeping with God knows how many women alongside his wife, though.
Yeah, I thought everything was gonna be okay after that. And then when I found out I was pregnant, Cedric was happy or whatever.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
So you were genuine, even though you were still married to your wife, you were happy your mistress was pregnant.
Yes.
Do you have any other children?
Yes.
You do? How many?
3.
With your wife?
No, we have no kids. Common.
Oh my goodness. The moment you think it can't get worse, it goes ahead to do just that. This man has at least 3 children outside of his marriage. He's been married for 10 years too. How does one stay 10 years in an unhappy marriage? You keep divorce papers in your head. That's how. Just like Mr. Stewart, who's keeping divorce papers in his head and nothing in real life.
Started beginning doubt. So-called my associate was telling him and his wife that I was sleeping around with.
Knew you?
Yeah.
They start giving you information.
Yeah. But it was the same friend that sent him naked pictures of herself to him, telling him that I was, sleeping around with somebody else. So why was she?
Oh boy, there is just no saving this man, really. Every minute something worse than the last makes its way out of his mouth. Now he's receiving questionable pictures from other women too? Now why are women who supposedly provide you with information providing you with sex as well, Mr. Stewart?
Because when me and
I still
Cedric
got
were
the
supposed to
pictures.
be together, Roberta sent me a picture of him and Cedric in the bed. Now Cedric has my name tattooed on him. In the bed, naked together.
His wife sends a picture to you of them in the bed.
Yes, and he was asleep and she was taking a picture. She sent it to me and that was the
After
time,
you're pregnant?
No, she didn't know I was pregnant. We was in a hospital at the time all this.
Oh my goodness, his wife is still with him till now? Does Mr. Stewart still have the divorce papers in his head till today? Imagine going with your husband to court to listen to all of these shenanigans. And wait a bloody minute, he has whose name tattooed where? What a guy.
She got other kids, you know what I mean? I got a relationship with them, so I wouldn't just be gone.
Wait a minute, now you standing next to your wife and you telling me how you gonna be there for your mistress. I'm getting confused. Who are you actually with right now? So you and Miss Dallas are together.
Yeah, we live together.
You
we don't
live
live
together.
We kind of,
Well, what's that?
you know what I
We
mean?
live together, but
we
he go
moved
back and
in
forth.
together, but we.
Of course they're still together. We may have thought Mr. Stewart is slow, but dumb and dumber it would seem. Miss Stewart takes the prize. How is she supporting him after everything he has done and is still doing? This woman has her priorities twisted in a bunch.
And try to make me look like a fool because you didn't want to be
Man,
with
you trying to make
Lakeitha.
yourself look like a
I'm
fool.
not
We
trying to
don't hear
make-
about paternity. You trying to tell her life story, your life story.
We're telling
That
the
ain't got nothing to
truth.
do
We're
with the
here
baby.
to tell the truth. If you had no doubts, you questioned paternity
question
on the reason
paternity
you
on
met
anything I
her.
had.
You all basically basically know exactly what's happening here, and you know he's playing you all.
Yes, that's it right there. Judge Lake is saying everything we're all thinking. This woman has the audacity to walk into paternity court to defend her silly husband who has at least 3 babies out of wedlock. She has been with him for 14 years too. What a duo. Anyway, the results are in and we get to hear them.
Mr. Stewart, you are the father.
Hey, I told you, baby.
Ms. Dallas, I see you are in tears because
I go through so much with him and his wife. You don't understand. I go through so much, but I'm not trying to go through that. I'm not trying to go through that no more at all.
This is what happened.
This woman is involved with at least 4 different men. Mrs. Shaw, her daughter Keona, and LeBron Matthews are in court for completely different things. Mrs. Shaw, because she hopes Mr. Matthews is not Keona's father. Keona is here because she hopes Mr. Matthews is her father. Mr. Matthew is here because, oh well, he just got a new suit.
You're to be a good father.
That's true.
Is that true, Ms. Shaw?
No, Your Honor. I tried to make things right a long time ago. I tried to get a DNA test. And when we went before the magistrate, he looked at me and told him that he never slept with me.
Yes, it was true because
You told the magistrate you had never had a sexual relationship with Ms. Shaw.
Whoa, wait a minute. In these court cases, we hear situations about baby mamas, exes being in court together, but this time it's way different. The relationship between these 2 people that brought about Keona seems so much wilder than anything I thought.
And
Somebody say wife?
Yeah, they both were married.
So you, and you had a husband?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, so you came to court with your wife?
Correct.
No wonder you said you never had sex with this woman.
Yes.
All right, so you 2 were basically cheating on your spouses with
What a wild turn of events. It absolutely sounds like a plot from a TV show. What an interesting story. How are both parties doing the same thing to their partners, cheating on them with one another? Then, why did Ms. Shaw act so surprised to see that he has a wife?
We both was young, and when she told me she was pregnant, I was too busy trying to enjoy myself because I wasn't trying to be with no one woman. I already had a wife.
So the point is, when you stood in the courtroom with your wife and you said you never slept with Ms. Shaw and you knew you weren't telling the truth, was that because you were scared to lose your wife, or is that because you did not want to be bothered with a child?
Now all of that suddenly adds up. With so many men in her life growing up, Keona must have felt like she never had a father regardless. Imagine being around so many father figures and their respective children and still feeling unseen. This one thing would have constantly gotten her sad and needy of fatherly love.
Comfortable, honestly. I felt like I was the stepchild. Like, the way that he was with his other kids, he wasn't like that with me. So I wanted him to feel the way he felt about his other kids about me.
I did, but I wasn't really there either. If I wasn't at work.
Well, whoops. Speaking of the men in Keona's life growing up, her mother, Mrs. Shaw, did not hold back. She kept them coming. From her ex-husband to her present husband and all the men in between. This woman may or may not have deprived herself of some things in life, but men were not on the list.
He was not the only man that I had slept with other men.
Were you
besides
honest
my husband.
about that to Miss Thompson, your daughter?
Yes. She's known all her.
Oh my goodness. It does seem like these 2 go way back in time. From everything that happened during their relationship, it's no brainer they even have a baby in the first place, really. The energy in court today is quite light too, compared to the usual hostility from both parties.
Because when she first told me that I was the dad, I didn't want to believe it because I was doing my own things. But every time I turned around, I was bringing you fish sandwich when you was pregnant. Every time you turned around, you was like, babe, I'm hungry. And at the time, you had a husband, and here it is. Wait a minute. Okay, but you had threw him out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've had it up to here with these 2. Isn't that interesting? I absolutely did not see this coming. How exactly did a married man and a married woman have a baby for one another from an external party? Oh boy.
You remember that?
Did
But
that.
wait, I want to understand this. So you're pregnant, but your husband's somewhere else.
Right.
Right.
Because
And
see, that's how that came
your
about.
lover's coming over to feed you some fish sandwiches.
Because my husband was still in and out at the same time when I got pregnant. But that 6 months, I had threw him out of the house. So he had him another girl. I went and got me 4 other guys.
Oh.
And was doing my thing.
Oh boy, what a turn of events. She was not just cheating on her husband with one man, but 5 different men? Now, after Keona was born, it appears that Mr. Matthews lost his sweet spirit? Come on. Several scenarios point to him not doing up to the bare minimum. Sure, the paternity of the little girl was uncertain. There was so much more to have done better.
The last time you saw Mr. Matthews?
I was a junior in high school, so it's been about 14 years.
Oh my goodness. So, Mr. Matthews, your testimony is true. You've been a pretty bad dad.
Yeah, I was a terrible father.
And that's why you're here, to right your wrongs.
Right, that's correct.
Well, well, well. There's just too much drama unraveled at court with this case. The whole court is bleeding with drama right now. From Keona's end to Mr. Matthews and his new suit, then back to Ms. Shaw and all her men.
Seeing the baby because where Miss Shaw was living at the time, rumors fly around. First, my grandmother told my mother, then my mother told me, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sit back there and say yes.
What did they say?
She said, well, the baby look like you. I said, no, it don't. I'm not gonna sit back because I didn't want my wife to know.
Oh my goodness, what a circus that really must have been. After the bickering from all sides of court, we finally have all we're here for. The stories from the past are enough, and the results are in. Who is the father of this young woman with so many childhood scars?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Brooks is not her father. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Matthews, you are not the father. I'm so sorry, Keona.
He cut all ties with her and her mother just to deny the baby. Mr. Cousin is super insistent that this baby is not his. He went as far as being unreachable just to avoid contact with Ms. Bell and her mother. However, these two are not having it one bit. They claim that he needs to grow up and stop avoiding responsibility.
He told my daughter
This
that
you
he
want-
was
about you want a
single,
baby, though.
that he was not in a relationship.
Why you can't-
I know he was in
Let
a
her
relationship
talk, man.
with her
You the child.
because I seen his picture on her phone. When she started
Who is it
being
about?
with him, I seen how her attitude changed.
Who lost sleep
I
with,
knew
you or her?
then that she was pregnant.
What a two-timing liar. Mr. Bell really does not want Ms. Cousin to complete her statement. This is interesting. These three just got into the courtroom and it's getting hot. Just how long have you kept all of that in, Ms. Cousin? This woman has so much irritation bottled up for this man.
Every time I go out to get lunch, he right behind me. What you eating for lunch? Can you buy me something? Meet me downtown. Tell me I cannot pay his phone bill every time I get paid.
When she should have been.
Were you
taking that
paying
money
his
and
phone
helping
bill?
us. Yes. While she was paying his phone bill and paying him, buying him lunch, I was also doing other things for me and my husband have a roof over our head.
Well, whoops, look at her go. Oh, Mr. Cousin, why is a woman you're not married to paying your phone bills? Why is she entitled to get you food every single time you're out as well? This man is a classic manipulator. If he's doing this every single time without ever reciprocating, then whoa.
Were you flirting with her at work? You had sex with...
In a car.
Oh, okay, so you had sex in a car. Did you use protection?
Yes.
No lie.
Yes.
No lie.
Donna.
Destiny, I see the tears in your eyes. What are you feeling right now?
Oh, Ms. Bell is not going to sit still and watch this one slide. Apparently, Mr. Cousin is intent on lying in court because he brought his baby mama with him. He already admitted to flirting with this woman at work and having sex with her in a car. Why deny everything else on the table, Mr. Cousin?
And told her that it's not mine. The first thing, I don't want no baby by you anyway.
Wait, I don't want a baby by you anyway is different from the baby is not yours. Which did she say?
Both.
Why you lying?
Real.
Why you don't do that but lie? It's
just
just
me.
fine.
Well, 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 it seems like we're not going to get any truth out of Mr. Cousin at any point today. What is this man's deal exactly? He's changing his story each time to suit his argument. Now you can't remember what she said to you accurately anymore? Classic move.
I was pregnant with our second daughter, and I guess you could say a mutual friend happened to recognize Cortez on her page, like for his pictures and stuff like that. And he asked if Cortez and I were still together, and I was just like, of course. So he gave me her name or whatever.
Oh, poor girl. You wouldn't say they were in a relationship like both of you are? Honey, if your man was 100% clean, you're not supposed to find a page where another woman puts up his picture and says she loves him. It's not even going to exist.
We slept together 3 times, unprotected, and he know that.
Where'd you all go?
We'll go anywhere.
Where we went? Where did we go?
In the car, it don't matter.
Where did we go?
And we
Since
went to the
was on
club
a
with
date?
your cousin them. You know that.
So what you're saying is you all would go out or have sex, but he'd always leave.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa! He's denying everything at this point. What's next, Mr. Cousin? You're going to deny even having sex in the first place? Or what? You're going to deny ever even meeting her? And why does his girlfriend support him in any of this? Regardless, he still cheated on you and would do it again. Another case of Dumb and Dumber, it would seem.
Hold on. Mr. Bell, I'm getting tired of your side talking, because I'm gonna tell you what it looks like. Every time they go to testify, you talking over them, and the only thing it looks like to me is that you don't want me to hear what they're saying because they're telling the truth. Because you got a nice girl. But you over there sniffing up at this little girl at work, letting her buy you food and pay your phone bill. Now you here in this courtroom.
Finally, she's saying everything we're all thinking. You're not fooling anyone, Mr. Cousin. None of your lies or dimwit manipulative tactics are fooling anybody. Let the women speak without your pesky side comments since they let you speak when you gave your statement.
Never told you that.
No, she told me that he came over there. That's when she messaged me on Facebook. And when I asked him, he told me no. And then when I hear that something about a truck, he doesn't have a truck, so if he stays with me, I know exactly what he has. It was the Impala.
Oh, now he's done it. He's denied going to see her at her mother's house, even while Ms. Cousin's mom was right there too. What is with hopefully Judge Lake can take us out of this misery and she does it fast. The DNA results are out and we get to hear them.
You are the father.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Everything.
You got two innocent women standing here.
Both of them crying.
Sad and hard.
And you got your hands behind your back and your body language is saying you could care less.
This man has a mistress, but he wants to save his marriage and right his wrongs. Not sure that paternity court is the perfect scene for that, but let's see how that goes down. After dating her for months, Mr. Hartfield asked his mistress to have a baby for him since he has not been able to have any of his own.
Yana, please.
For Halloween.
It's hard for me to sit here and tell you that's a lie.
What is the truth according to you?
The truth is, I believe that it's possible that she's thinking about someone else because she and I did meet, that is a fact, and we did talk, and I found her to be very attractive at the time. And I even, did things to convince her that, okay, maybe I will be a guy that she could take a chance with as far as going out on dates.
But you were married.
The way this man jumped into Ms. Streeter's statement is suspicious. He really did not let her finish, but went on to announce to Judge Lake that she's lying about everything she's saying. Now, what is she lying about, Mr. Hartfield? He shot himself in the leg because he confessed that he was married while in a relationship with her. Married.
And I had went on Facebook and found the relative, then found Mrs. Hartfield page, then that's when I seen pictures of them. And I didn't even call her right away because he had told me, like, them pictures are old, she's professional, and for her image, she can't, she don't want people to know that we're not together. Matter of fact, I didn't even call her, I text her and let her know, like, your husband's been treating on you for 8 months and I'm 5 months pregnant.
Whoa, Mr. Hartfield. Looks like we were all unfamiliar. So he's still in her DMs asking for sex? And what's all this about stalking his relative? This man lied about him being married, or at least he hid the truth. She stalked him until she found his wife on social media, then shot her a text.
The next line says, I'm serious, I am horny as hell.
I did send those messages.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
But he's a married man.
Hold on. Let me explain to you why. Because of this game that she and I like to play, that she likes to play. If I don't do that, Dominique goes ballistic. And we weren't playing this game, but now that we're in court, it seemed like something that some old man has been trying to hit on a young lady.
This entire thing is almost hilarious. Almost. The humor leaves the minute you realize that Mr. Hartfield is older than double her age. He texted her earlier this week about how horny he is. Well, Mr. Hartfield, perhaps you should go to meet your wife. What sort of silly, lying, dishonest man is this?
Found one that was an older guy, and she thought that I would be a cake daddy, or however you want to call it. The thing is that she found out, hey, you're dealing with a guy that ain't got no money, so now you what she's been doing.
Nobody don't care about money because I was with here because I love him.
Baby daddy hangs
Genuinely,
up on you.
I was supposed to be
for money.
Oh my goodness. It's so disheartening that this man could possibly be the father of this baby. Honestly, he's a clown, a joker, whatever, you name it. At this point, he's painting all the pictures possible to support all his baseless lies.
Your wife does not look happy.
Your
wife is sitting there having to listen to testimony about you sending text messages to a 22-year-old girl.
This is ridiculous. And I asked him about it, and he said, oh, she's just some little girl. She ain't nobody. I didn't like texting, so I called her. And I'm like, we had a conversation. It was a decent conversation.
Really? Look at his wife staring at him the moment he opened his mouth. It's hard to imagine that she would be feeling anything other than shame and regret right now from being married to this excuse of a husband. What a woman. She really has no expectations from this man, and she knows him so well.
Absolutely crazy nuts what she's saying.
What is
if I don't want to be with her, when you look at this queen right here, if I
you wouldn't have cheated
hold
on her.
No, you said because I don't want to be with you.
I have a picture
I'm
on
just
where
saying,
he
Your Honor,
time with
I do have options. Even my wife, I love her. God knows I do. During the time that Dominique and I met, I had my own place.
He was still living with me. I didn't know he had his own place.
Wait a minute, I don't need her support. I don't need your support. I don't need her support. Please sit her down.
Oh my goodness, this is getting embarrassing. Mr. Hartfield, maybe you should sit down instead. What does he mean, calling his wife a queen, then telling her to sit down, adding that he does not understand why she's here? What an excuse for a husband, really.
Well, wait a minute.
Your Honor, only by your wish.
You seem like you're getting flustered.
I don't like. That's why I stepped out and had intercourse.
Oh, now it's her fault.
Because I never got her support or anything.
To me, when I first met him, he had a lot of women he talked to.
Of course.
A lot.
Of course.
Okay, this man puts the S in stupid. It's official. He came into court today saying that he wants to save his marriage, and the results of the paternity test is important to him because he wants to redeem himself in front of his wife. Now, he's wholeheartedly admitting that he had intercourse with Ms. Streeter and a bunch of other women.
Yeah.
And this is
that's
baby
me.
Caleb
that's right.
together.
I did that last week.
Also,
something else.
Baby, sit down, please. You ain't got nothing to do with this.
I sure
Go
don't
ahead, Your
have
Honor.
anything to do with it.
I wish you
Pick
had
your
anything.
lie.
Why are you here?
Because you asked me to be here.
Mr. Hartfield,
Yes.
I'm gonna let you pipe down just a little
Okay,
bit because your tone,
Yes, ma'am.
while you talking to your wife,
Yes, ma'am.
is making me edgy.
I understand.
It's making me edgy too.
Please sit down.
Oh yes, Judge Lake. Mr. Hartfield is pissing everyone off in court. It's genuinely surprising that this man has these two women with him in court today. It's almost baffling. This is the one time that two women are in paternity court over a man and they are not cursing each other. Rightfully so too. I mean, look at him.
That's you.
Foolishness. And I didn't need it and I didn't ask for it.
I want a divorce.
We good. I'm good with that. Not a problem.
You classic.
Thank you.
You're classic. You really are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, it's just, if I pulled up the profile of cheater, con man, clown, and coward,
Results.
your face would be next to it.
Oh my goodness. Every single outburst from this man is irritating. This is his 7th wife? How long have you been manipulating women, Mr. Hartfield? My goodness. This needs to end. This case, I mean. Here are the results.
One of the most disappointing men I've ever seen in this courtroom.
Thank you.
You are really, I mean, what a disgrace.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, you really should be so ashamed to see the good in everyone.
Right.
I don't think I've ever said this in this courtroom before, Jerome, but I pray he's not this child. You are the father.
Okay. That's cool. Okay.
Do you understand now what you just made a child with?
Right.